Hey guys, so here's another day in the garden. Look at this. This is a new weed that was introduced to me. This one here, when I purchased compost. And see, this is the thing. I got like a huge truckload full, like a commercial truckload, in the back of my yard. Just had them dump it and I was using it, It was highly recommended from a company, local company, where I was trying to purchase some compost because my husband actually had someone build like some beds for us he was actually going on a trip to Africa, and before he left he had someone from our church whose brother does amazing work to build some garden beds for me. So he built this one here that you see with the trellis, and he built like 3 or 4 other larger ones. I have 12 beds total. And so he had this done for me. And I thought, you know what, let me get a couple of tons of soil, highly recommended from a company. And so I went ahead and did it. And I have new weeds that I never had before. So the more that, and a couple of others actually, guys. This is just one of them, which drives me nuts. So I try to pull it before it seeds, but obviously it's already seeded because I've got tons of it growing everywhere. So I kind of do little mounds, collect them, and then put them in my fire pit. So this is another grass that was introduced to my yard. Look at this. And I should be wearing gloves because it's late and that's when the spiders come out. But anyhow, what I'm trying to get at is make sure that the compost that you are purchasing is good compost. And I'm not saying that this is bad compost. It was just full of weeds. Seeds, right? Seeds. So, lesson learned. Next time I'm going to ask. Oops, I pulled out some of the marigolds, which is okay because I've been spraying this one. It's got mites, spider mites, whole nother issue that I'm dealing with. But anyhow, the moral of this story is really make sure that the compost that you're getting is from a good source. Maybe call around and see. I thought it was going to be okay because they said they had used it for several schools, and I thought, oh well, that's nice. Ends up that sometimes schools don't really care what kind of soil they get because it's just little projects that they do for their students, not really trying to grow a food forest or a garden that they're gonna eat out of all the time. So this kind of stinks because now I have these weeds that grow in here. Look at the root. And I'm organic gardener, so I'm careful with cucumber beetle, the worst. I think that's what it was. Look, whatever this is, I guess this is it, seeded. So, darn, I don't want to just use whatever to kill this stuff. So for now, I've opted to just pull it. And look, man, I have all this crazy grass that I didn't have before, which is a nuisance, but I mean, could be worse, right? I could not even have any soil at all. So now I'm having to pull these weeds out. I mean, I guess it's somewhat therapeutical or therapeutic or whatever. So how do you guys handle your weeds? Do you pull them out like this, or do you have a natural way of pulling them without harming beneficial bugs? Look at that creepy hole there. I saw a big bee-like land here, and then it took off when it saw me here. I mean, this kind of stinks, right? But it's all right. You know what? Look at the bright side. It's exercise, right? Considering the job that I have is sedentary. To sit behind a computer all day and night, my choice. That's what happens when you get brave and start your own business. Well, it's what happens sitting at a computer all day. That's what happens to workaholics. I was a workaholic in the corporate world. Didn't really see my family that much because I worked all day and night. And I remember praying. I was always praying, and I said, Lord, I spend so much time working away from my family, and for what? I mean, yeah, the money's good, right? It was a good job working for a prestigious law firm. But at the end of the day, you're working for someone else, which, you know, is a blessing. It's a blessing. But my prayer was always like, Lord, I work so much for another man, and I would like to put in those hours for myself and my family, right? So I did it. I stepped away. I mean, you know, something happened before I left. Another position opened up, and they decided to hire a man, which, you know, it's fine. It's fine. But I knew with the job that people were not going to. It took a special person to do what I was doing, with the level of stress that came with that job. And I knew that he wasn't going to last. I knew that no one was going to last unless they had the Lord. Sure enough, I think like 2 months later, I learned that he left. So they hired another director, and they left. And to this day, they haven't filled that position. It's been over a year. Yep. Meanwhile, I'm enjoying my life now, have my own company, do what I love what I do, and I get to enjoy gardening. So, okay, yeah, this was kind of sporadic conversation, but I just thought I'd take you out here and share a little bit about me, a little bit about my soil, which drives me crazy, but it's somewhat therapeutic. It's all right. It's a blessing. All right, guys, I gotta load this up in the wheelbarrow, and not that it's a whole lot. I load it up and take it to the fire pit, and one day burn it. All right, guys, love you guys. God bless. We'll see you next time.